Well, this week has been the 5th week of the Prison Letters, a 40-day devotional for Lent, and the theme we've been reading about this week is living for Jesus. Now, there is so much advice on how to live as Christians in these letters. In the early stages of writing the book, this section spanned 2 chapters, and I still hadn't covered everything. But in the end, I returned my focus to the themes that fitted better with Lent and trimmed down the content to make 1 chapter as it is now. However, there's no trimming down in the letters themselves. I hope that as you have read the letters for yourselves in their entirety, you will have come across lots of advice given on how to live well as a Christian. So please feel free in your discussions to talk about some of Paul's advice in these letters that I have not included in this chapter, if you feel it will be of benefit. And there is lots in there. One of the key things that stood out for me that I have included in the chapter is the topic of humility. Humility is such an important part of discipleship as we learn to put the needs of others ahead of our own. Paul talks about putting off our old self and taking on our new self, and how we need to ask Jesus, the Holy Spirit, to readjust our wants and our desires, to how we need to conform our will to His will rather than our will. And what that starts to do is it starts to take the focus off ourselves and I want this, I like it this way, I want it that way. And it starts to shift the focus and our efforts, as it were, onto others. So rather than doing something for a personal benefit or a personal gain, I might choose to do something that I may find a bit uncomfortable, or maybe it's not my preferred thing to do, but I would do it for the sake of someone else, for the sake of serving somebody else, and starting to see that as part of our discipleship and our living together and growing together as the family of God. And this can really knock the rough edges off of us when we learn how to put the needs of others ahead of our own. And it can also help us to grow enormously. So enjoy discussing the many different aspects of how to live a Christian life well. And I look forward to seeing you again in week 6.